Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Flag 22. 6 right there. Wait. Cut. Hey, check 24. Check out 3. Let's convert. Switch. Let's go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch the screen.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Oh, you got deep? Kill. Watch the safety creep. SOS. He's checking. Crash. Slam.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw, Winston. He's got Evans. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
Ready. 56. Push him back. Check. No. Quick dash. Come. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
56, right there, 56. Let's go.
Winston now from the 50. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
56 is the mic. 36 is the mic. 36. Flip it. Easy. Let me go.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
I always love the opening game of the season. And for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. Wait, come with me. 50 wants the ball. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Jameis to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. Gay's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Good, guys. 4 down, 4 down. Trick right, trick right.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. 25, check 25, check 25. You guys, listen. Check. Check 31, check 31. Check 43. Check 12. Cut.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Good job right there. Good. Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Echo. Man, they're not ready for this. They still playing.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
380. Hey, alert. 45. Mike. Time to go, night. Check 50. Wide. Get wide. 18. 14. Find it. Check 24.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10.
Check.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
That's it, baby. That's it. Big hit.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Come on. Come back. Even. Big.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Ready. Blue way. And even. Green, triple T. Check nickel. Hey, 5 on 50. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Deuce, deuce, deuce. Let him go.
Now Kamara. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check the backer, check the backer. Here we go, even. Right. Let's go.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watch the screen. Pass. Gun tight. Mike 52. Mike 52. One left. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Mark that. 52's the Mike. Oh, try. Here we go. 52's the Mike.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Switch. Joker. Jam. Gun tight.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Look at me. Go. Switch it. Hey, Sam on. Check. Switch. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 9. Tight dog. 22 jet bomber. Hey, orbit. Set. Gone. Let go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Ready.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let him know. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check.
Now a give right side. It's Logan. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 23-yard run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
I know you felt that one.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL.
56. Let's go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. There we go. Wait. Hey, turn 5 on the 50.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Hey, stop. Check 99. Let's go. Come on. We got double up. Under 10. 10.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll run on 1st down. Logan. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Logan. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Let's get the ball. Hey, check.
Hey!
Watch 55. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball.
What up?
Let's get that ball.
Check. Fair.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Hudson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
We got to get the ball.
Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. 552. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Hey, exit. Get it.
To throw on second down, Hudson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Set up. 60 or.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Out, out, out.
Greystone travel. Hit it.
Penny, a first down carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We go,
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Zipper.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Here we go, T.
You're out.
Hey, watch
Sit up.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Shoot.
Blue draw perfect.
Tighten up. Check 3.
Lead dribble.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Metcalf once again the target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
52 right here. 52. Hey, tight.
Hey. High 7.
52, my 52. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Check. 52's the mic.
Go.
52's the mic. Hey, here we go. Mike 52, Mike.
Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Ready up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Nice, sweetheart. Check 13. Check 13.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. They'll find Metcalf. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. New Mike 52. Mike 52. You don't want it.
Hard, hard.
Check 26. Check 26.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Ready?
I don't think you got it, son.
On 4th down, Hudson. And he's got Lockett. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hudson nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Hudson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Check 24. Check 24.
6-6. Pull it high. Buzz.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Look. Squeeze. Cut.
Safety screaming.
Let's go.
From the gun, Hudson. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught. Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 25 yards for the touchdown. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there out of Kamara, 47 yards.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Ready?
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Switch.
Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hey, Mike 51. Wow, take 4. Kill.
Sonny.
It's a safety creep.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And Gay knocks this one through. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
SOS.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, lock it.
Slam.
Get it.
From the gun, a give to Penny. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
No. Off.
Go team, spell.
Quick dash. Go.
Leo.
Kill. Turn.
They'll run it here with Logan. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Ready. Blue lady.
Launch 49.
30. Green, triple team. Easy.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready. Blue lady.
Mike, 49.
Flip. Easy.
49's the mark. 49's the mark. All right, T. 49's the mark. Mark 49. You're trapped. Slam.
Check 37. Wait. Follow.
Mark 49.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown or the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Check, flip. 25. Check 25.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Wait.
They run it again with Kamara. And an alley to run. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Alvin Kamara, 28 yards. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2.
Check 31.
Easy. Wait.
56. Mike, 56. Let's go one more. Check 43. Shoot.
Here's Winston. And it'll be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the slant.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Crunch, crunch, back.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Hey, Zoo.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Got you.
Hey, Sam off.
Shit.
Come.
Shit.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Coming to you.
On 1st down, Logan. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Oh, a quarterback sneak on second down. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run again with Logan. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Set. 18 Gators. Gone. Begin. Spot.
They're going to try the jet sweep on third and long. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a two-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of them.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the victory here for Seattle. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Seahawks, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.